Now, an exclusive interview with one of the biggest stars in Hollywood. Tom Brokaw drew the lucky straw and sat down with Angelina Jolie, and some other news to talk about with Tom. We'll get to that in a second. Good to see you.
Good to be here. I've been spending a lot of time with her because we're working on a documentary on her making of the film Unbroken. And we've talked to other Americans who were prisoners of the Japanese. We've talked to the SEAL commanders who talk about how you get to be hardwired like Louis Zamperini was. And the Japanese reaction. In Japan, they don't want to show the film. But recently, I also was able to talk to her about her life. A lot going on. She got married. She had an audience with the Queen. And she's handling it all. Been a very big year for you. You got married. You had an audience with the Queen. You were honored by her. And now you're opening the big blockbuster that everybody is anticipating so much. Of all those events, the one that I'm interested in is the marriage. There you were living together, raising your children together. Did it change?
It did change. It was in just a feeling of that security and comfort that we always had, but that recommitting after 10 years of being together. And we were fortunate enough to be in that unusual situation where we got married with our children, and they were a part of the ceremony, and they wrote some of the vows. And so it was all of us agreeing to be together and to just commit to this life together, not because we had to, not because anything was missing in our lives, because we were absolutely sure we felt that much of a family, and it was that moment. So it was really lovely. It was a lovely day.
So have you codified certain things, Brad? Now that we're married, you have to pick up your own socks in the morning, and if you think I'm going to make your coffee, you have another thing coming.
No, I think we have more moments where I say, I'm going to be a better wife. I'm going to learn to cook, and he says, oh, honey, just
give it up.
Like, just know what you're good at, know what you're not. So, but I do have my no. I'm gonna get this wife thing down. But he knows my limitations and where I'm a good wife and a good mom.
We all got to know the two of you in Mr. and Mrs. Smith. You've done another film with Brad. Is it hard working with your husband?
We have. There's a really correct answer to this, I'm sure. It was actually great. We had the first one we did together, we weren't together, and it was a comedy, and it had a lot of action. It was really fun. And 10 years on, we've learned a lot more about each other, and it's a film about a very troubled marriage. So felt like the appropriate thing to do on our honeymoon. So we did, and I think there's also something too. There's so many ideas of what art should be, and this kind of movie or that kind of movie, and we just wanted to be free. We wanted to be free. We wanted to play. We wanted to try things. We wanted to push each other. We wanted to be artists, and see what we could make.
You didn't say, stop. Brad's going to have to do another take on that one.
Oh, I'm sure I had moments with the actor, and I'm sure he had many moments with the director.
That's good conversation.
Her feet never touched the ground. I mean, she flew in here, got here at 2 in the morning. She brings her children on most of these trips, but she's also the UN Special Ambassador. So she goes to refugee camps. She goes around the world. The last time we were together, she left right after the interview for Thailand. So she is the real deal.
Enough about Angelina Jolie. Let's talk about you.
Let's talk about you.
You had a big day yesterday.
I did.
You were awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom in a ceremony and presented that by the president. What was it like?
Well, it was, I've been at this for a long time, but this one really is special. And I mean this in all sincerity. I stood up there and I thought, I owe this to my family, but I also owe it to my NBC family, all these people behind the cameras here who I've been working with for years, the people who were in war zones with me. They carried me across the goal line. So when the president cited my career, I thought about a lot of those people, some of whom are still not with us anymore. And, it was a great moment for me, and especially for my granddaughters. I was coming down the aisle to take the stage, and one of them leaned over and gave me a fist bump as I went by. So
what an honor for you and for all of us by extension. I don't know why you're not wearing your medal this morning.
Well,
I think a little bling every day would be nice.
Even for an anchorman, there are some limits.
Tell Matt Lauer.
I would have it under my shirt.
Yeah, exactly.
Congratulations.
He has to drop by and try to get it from
me. Tom, thank you.
Thanks
and
very
congratulations.
Much. Thank you.
Absolutely.
By the way, Tom's going to have a lot more with Angelina on the NBC News special Unbroken. The real story that airs December 9th here on NBC. The movie, by the way, opens nationwide Christmas Day.